Hello, welcome to another EagleSix Airsoft video. We're going to be talking about this Marui Mark 46 that came in, and the customer had done, I think he said, he's wired up incorrect battery or something on it, and it got very hot all of a sudden, and obviously essentially with regards to these new Marui guns that are coming obviously built in with Mosfets, and that goes obviously for all you know, guns that come out of the box now with obviously modern electronics. Essentially there's pretty much there is none in terms of leeway, in terms of incorrect you know, wiring and short circuits, you know, dodgy adapters from eBay. Same goes with these new MP5s. You know, if you get a battery wrong, you accidentally connect, you know, wire up a Dean's connector, and you get the wrong way rounds on the polarity, and plug a battery in. There's no, you know, often they will continue working in most cases, but there'll be something physically wrong with it, you know, because it will damage a large portion of the circuitry so that it does work but just doesn't work. On the MP5s we've seen things like the anti-reverse latch, which is digital on the Mosfets, breaking. So essentially you get like 3 shots or 2 shots, basically multiple shots, you lose your single shot. We've seen it present simply in red lights appearing and flashing, and just saying that it's just not going to work. And obviously in this particular one, you essentially could fire continuously, but as soon as you release the trigger, it wouldn't then re-engage, because a lot of these new Mosfets have an integrated circuit on there, which is obviously monitoring different you know, parts of the Mosfet, and essentially if one part of it stops working, it obviously causes confusion for it, and you know, essentially, you know, all of a Mosfet, you know, electronic trigger unit needs to be working. Technically we can get the whole gearboxes from Marui. They won't do the individual Mosfets, unfortunately. So it's quite a large price to obviously buy, you know, the whole gearbox, get it obviously come over from Japan in quantity, and then obviously sort of sell them on. The other option is obviously we take them off a whole Mark 46, which is obviously a £1,400 gun, and then somehow try and get rid of the bits that nobody wants, which is obviously the only part people want is the Mosfet off it. So it makes it a very expensive £1,400 Mosfet then. So yeah, so obviously we are instead of this particular one, and what we recommend going forward until either aftermarket companies come out with one, or we can you know, get regular supply from TM, or, to be honest, like I say, I mean, technically the supply's there. I just think the price would be astronomical for it. So obviously we are recommending with this particular one, and we've gone ahead and done it, and then obviously we'll be demonstrating it today, switching over to a basic bypass FET, we'll call it, you know, for want of a better word. Obviously the Mosfet has been completely removed, the original one, and we've completely bypassed from the switch on there, the trigger switch, all the way through to the motor and the battery, all of the switches. Okay, so obviously this top switch has been bypassed, the BB detection switch has been bypassed, the switch that detects whether the barrel in or is out is bypassed. So this gun will just fire now without having to rack it or do anything like that. So the only feature that's missing from this one is as the BBs run out now, so as you get towards the end, it'll do the same as any other normal AEG would do, and basically start dry firing. And then obviously what you do is you charge it some more, and you don't have to rack it. some might say that that's a loss in features. Others might, you know, the fact that you don't have to keep racking it, might see that as an advantage. I'll leave that up to you, if you know what I mean, to decide. Obviously, the ideal situation would have been like for like on that Mosfet, or an aftermarket Mosfet that offers the same features but better Bluetooth and, you know, all the USB diagnostic and all that sort of extra bits and bobs, you know, that aftermarket companies can bring, and usually obviously higher quality components, but you know, in this particular case, I think this is a great solution that gets your gun going, and which means it gets to go back to you. Obviously we've serviced it and just double checked accuracy and everything, and it's all working now. See there how it runs out, so obviously it's like, oh no, I'm out of ammo, charge it some more, just like you would any other, you know, gun. Obviously we've repaired the magazines, we do the new cogs, they're available on the website, but we've installed them, and obviously if anybody else has got problems with the mags, like I say, there's cogs available on the website. You just buy the cog, take off the side panel, push it on, and it's, you know, fixed in most instances for fixing the mags and feeding issues. Could be out of ammo. So yeah, that's pretty much it really. So obviously, hopefully you're happy with this result. Obviously from our perspective, and I think from your perspective, just to put things in perspective, you're potentially looking at, and anybody else obviously that wants one of the Mark 46 MOSFETs, somewhere between £300 to £400 for this MOSFET unit. To replace it, like I say, which if somebody truly wants to pay that, I guess we can go ahead and source it. But the gate MOSFET, this particular one that we've installed here, I'm pretty sure is about £10. So obviously plus some labor and stuff. So in terms of cost effective repair and getting things going and allowing you to not have a paperweight, I think this is absolutely the best way to go, and obviously something we'll be recommending going forward, you know, for things. Same goes with MP5. I haven't done it yet, but I believe I can get with some jiggery pokery a conversion done on that as well, if people obviously want their MP5s restored, obviously bypassing features, but you know, that's it's a downside, but obviously if a gun is completely non-functional, I think this is the most sensible way to approach obviously getting it functional again, until obviously but you know, I remember even if obviously you decided to go for an original Mark 46 MOSFET, we would still need to source it, and then there obviously would be the cost involved. So but you know, it's I don't know, so I think this is a great solution, and like I say, it's already, hopefully the FPS results are good for you. They are a little bit on the nose, but you might find that they drift down a little bit over time, as naturally all AEGs seem to. We're getting about 293 on 0.25, so you know, that is on the limit, you know, for 2.5s. Obviously a 331 joule limit, but still technically it is, but hopefully that's okay for you, because like I say, that's pretty much bang on the limit there. And yeah, if not, let us know, but hopefully this gun's done and we can get this back to you. So excellent. Right, well, thank you very much, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.